In this video I wanted to go over a few ways in which I've seen people do volume fans, and I'm going to use 0.07mm thickness lashes, and I'm also going to use 0.03 thickness just to see how they work differently with different techniques. This is one of the techniques you can use. You can just pull it off the strip a tiny bit, then using the tip of the tweezer you can wiggle around the base of the fan in order to separate those lashes, and then pick it up, put it in the glue, and that normally joins the base of the lashes together. Sometimes they'll be equally spaced apart, sometimes the fans won't be. With the 0.03 mega Russian volume lashes, I do find that they separate much more easily. One thing I will say is with 0.07, I preferred removing them halfway off the strip, then running along the base of those selected lashes and separating them, then removing it. The second way is to just take off completely all of the lashes that you want in one go, and then place them back on a sticky part of the strip and then fan them out. Again, using the tweezers along the base of those selected lashes to make a fan. I found that if I took off all of the lashes off the strip with a 0.07 thickness, they just fell apart even when I stuck them back on the sticky strip, and I didn't really like that. With the 0.03 mega volume fans, they responded really well to being taken completely off the strip and placed either back on a gluey part of that strip and separated, or on the glue dot. So I would say, depending on which thickness lashes I use, depends on what I prefer. And I think you just find the way that you prefer mostly. There's a third way which I hadn't tried, which is where people use a sticky type of gel dot, and they pick up the lashes and then they place them on the sticky dot, and when they release, the fan automatically just opens up. So it took me a little bit of time to figure out which was going to be the best way to pick up a whole bunch of mega volume 0.03 fans or lashes. So I pull off multiple lashes halfway along the glue strip, and then I move my tweezers very near the base of those lashes, and then I pull the remaining lashes off, and then I placed it on the sticky dot, but I kind of wiggled it on the sticky dot, kind of like tapping it towards the base in order to try and make sure that the multiple lashes base was sticking together. And then I kind of fanned it a little bit, played with it a little bit with my tweezers. I do like how they fan on the sticky dot. I think they can fan really nicely. I think it's just a matter of detacking that sticky spot. I used like some gloves and I just detacked it, because if that dot was too sticky, it would ruin the fan as I removed it off that gel dot. So what you see me doing is you see me choosing multiple lashes and just pulling towards myself so that they're halfway off of the sticky strip, and then moving my tweezers down a little bit further towards the base of those lashes, and then removing it all of the way off the strip, bringing it over to the gel dot, and I tap in and I kind of squish in a tiny bit with the base, and then I release, and normally it fans out. It's not a perfect fan all the time, but they're separated enough to play with them a tiny bit, pick them back up, dip them in the glue, put them on the actual client. I would say the gel dot minimized the amount of time it took me to separate the lashes to make a fan, because I'm just taking the amount that I want off, placing it on the gel dot, then releasing and seeing how it fans, and then I'm just slightly adjusting it to what I want. I I think they're all valid ways, and I think depending on the tweezers and the strips and the brand, it would completely depend on how each different component of tools that you use for brush and volume work in order to get the right way, or the way that you prefer. With the 0.03 mega volume fans, they responded really well to being taken completely off the strip and placed either back on a gluey part of that strip and separated, or on the glue dot. So I would say, depending on which thickness lashes I use, depends on what I prefer. And I think you just find the way that you prefer mostly. Yeah, fans aren't easy to make. I can't say that I have got them absolutely aced and that I make beautiful fans every time. It's trial and error. Thanks so much for watching this video. I hope it helps somebody out there. See you later. Bye bye.